Welcome everyone, Sir Heroscape here today, coming at you with another installment of Ranking Heroscape Age of Annihilation. Today, Kilkorax. Just before we do, again, we're trying to reach 4,000 subscribers. We're doing a stopgap at 3,500. We're doing tons of giveaways. Subscribe, right? There's going to be tons of giveaways. In order to get in that giveaway, though, you need to comment on the giveaway video in the description and at the end of this video. There's a bunch of stuff. Go check it out. It's, you know, I'm excited just to give you guys a bunch of cool stuff for all the support that I've been getting. So get excited. Additionally, Age of Annihilation Waves 1, 2, and 3 are all available to order. Everyone's getting their stuff and playing and going to tournaments. Get your stuff now while you can. Get it pre-ordered. Wave 3 has been announced. If you already plan on buying Heroscape, by all means, please help support the channel and use the affiliate link in the description. And get excited because more stuff continues to come out. We've got stuff coming in February, stuff coming in April. They are just pumping it out, and new content is just flowing. So get your wallets ready. Get excited. Okay, so Kilkorax. Let's look at her stat block and get an idea of where she falls. We've got Undead, Unique Hero Warrior, Terrifying, Medium 5. Now, with that, I don't think there's any synergies, or very limited synergies. There's some slight synergies with Undead, where Undead aren't affected by certain abilities or whatnot, but I don't think there's any bonding or like buffs that come from that. Terrifying, I don't think there's anything for that as well. In VC, I believe there is, but not in Classic. So notable, right? Limited synergies just with left box stats. Now let's look at her right box stats, okay? Life 5, Move 6, Range 1, Attack 4, Defense 3 for 95 points. That in and of itself is a good start. I think that's great. Okay, Life 5 is standard, you know, average. Move 6 is great, especially on a flying figure. Move 6 is really good. It's very notable. Anytime you see Move 6 on a figure, that should stick out to you because 6 is above average movement, and it's even better and even more impactful on a flying figure. Okay, note her range is 1, so melee figure, but attack of 4. Attack of 4 is decent, is actually quite good. And again, with flying Move 6, again, you could get height. You should be able to do some pretty nifty things. Now, Defense 3 is also notable. Defense 3 with a life of 5 is fairly squishy, right? Figures tend to fall within a couple attacks if you're not careful. So for 95 points, that feels about right. Like, she's got some high mobility. She's got some good, you know, above average attack, but she can fall pretty quick if she gets surrounded and ganked. So the stat block feels good for 95. So that's where we're starting. Now let's look at her ability. Now, obviously, she has flying. We just mentioned that. But Witchcraft Telekinesis is bonkers, okay? And we should talk about the impacts of this ability because it's crazy. All right? So Witchcraft Telekinesis, let's read it out and talk through it. After moving and before attacking, right? So this is just during your turn. You can just pull this off. After moving and before attacking, you may choose up to 2 different small or medium enemy figures. Keep in mind. So enemy figures, small or medium, so not large or huge. That's very notable as well. So 2 different small or medium figures within 5 clear sight spaces of Kilkorax. 1 at a time, roll the d20 for each figure. If the chosen figure is a squad figure, and you roll an 8 or higher, you may place the chosen figure onto the same level space adjacent to Kilkorax. So, boop, you just dropped in a squad figure. If the chosen figure is a hero figure, you may roll this, and you roll 17 or higher, you may place the chosen hero on the same level space adjacent to Kilkorax. And then figures moved by telekinesis never take leave in engagements. This is really good. Here's why. Movement in Heroscape is obscenely strong, okay? Sorry, when I say movement, I don't mean just like, hey, I'm moving around. It's movement of other people's figures. Anytime that I can auto-move my own figure is good, but anytime I can auto-move my opponent's figure is insanely powerful, okay? Because it's something that your opponent has to constantly be thinking about and planning for. Imagine the effective range of Kilkorax with a move 6 and then an aura of 5 to be, so 11, an effective range of 11, to be able to blip out your Raylan, who's sitting on a nice little high perch, defending all your units, and she blips out Raylan and drops her in right next to her, smashes her for 4, and then the figures around her pounce and kill your Raylan. It's insanely strong, okay? Now, keep in mind she's a single attack figure, right? So your turn, like if it doesn't work and the D20 is cold, then yeah, it kind of sucks, right? But the impact is huge if it hits, right? Now this ability can be affected by D20 glyphs, right? It can be affected by other D20 abilities where it says add 1 or add 2 to your D20. So all of a sudden you're increasing your odds of doing a really cool thing. Also keep in mind that even though it says target a figure within 5 spaces, you can effectively move the figure 7 spaces, okay? Because if I move out 6, and then I can target a figure for 5, okay? The figure's here for 5. That means there's 5 spaces between me and the figure, okay? And then I can drop it anywhere adjacent to Kilkorax, which means Kilkorax space counts, and a space behind Kilkorax. So not only can I drop the figure 5 spaces, but I can drop it 6, 7. Now I can't drop it 6 because 6 would be on Kilkorax, but I can drop it between 5 and 7 spaces. So I effectively can move out 6, target a figure that's 5 away, so 11 spaces away from where I started, and then drop that figure 7 spaces behind Kilkorax, which is just really good, because then it's like, well, that key figure's dead, right? And it throws off your opponent's entire game plan. There goes your key unit, or if it's a key unit, maybe that's what you wanted. I don't know. Maybe it's a figure that blows up. Okay. But like the ability to move your opponent's figures is so strong. Here's another thing. Lava damage. What if you dropped that figure onto adjacent lava? Now they're going to take damage at the end of the round. What if you dropped them adjacent to molten lava? Well, guess what? That figure's now dead, right? I mean, technically they have to roll a d20. If they roll a 20, they survive. So you've got a 95% chance if you're on a map with molten lava same level, you can drop that figure and lava dunk them into molten lava. That's insane, right? Like that is really, really powerful. A figure that can move opponents' figures. And because it's just a smaller medium figure, it could be a Kato Katsuro that's 200 points. It could be Spartacus that's 200 points. It could be Raylan that's buffing your entire army. It could be an Alistair that's giving bonuses to the McDurks. It could be a Gilbert that's buffing the Knights, right? It could be a key figure. Now, if it's not a hero you're targeting, because keep in mind, heroes you have to roll 17 or higher, so it's not a great chance, but you could pull it off. But even if it's squad figures, that's 2 squad figures you've just blipped out of position into the back line of your army that now you just assassinate and then quickly take care of. And if you're doing that, not necessarily every turn, but like you drop in an order marker on here and there to pull that ability off, it really throws off what your opponent's trying to do. Also imagine a scenario where your opponent's potted up onto a hill and they say, hey, come at me. I'm going to sit here and shoot at you until I kill you. Well, now you can just be like, nah, I'm just going to telekinetic your units off of that hill and then kill them and assassinate them in my spot, right? And so you can really mess up your opponent's plans, their situation, their setup by moving units that they own. It's a massively strong ability. Now let's talk about real life. Okay, all of that's really cool. It looks great on paper. In real life, this isn't going to happen enough to make her like super powerful strong in a normal setting right now. Okay. Keep in mind, she doesn't have any other synergies, right? So if there's more Revna units that are designed, whether it's Kiri or squads or whatever, that synergize, buff, that bond, whatever the case is, if there is something that is designed to allow her to get multiple activations or again, synergize or buff with other units, she becomes really, really good. Right now, as a solo hero, she's going to have some cool, fun little tricks here and there, but it's going to be hard to make her better than just activating your squad or a more useful hero, okay? So keep in mind, get excited about her. She's really cool. You can pull off some really nifty, funny, silly things with her teleporting stuff and lava dunking them or throwing them on lava field and getting burned or whatever. Or on a castle, right? Maybe you're playing on a castle map and you blip your unit from on top of a castle down onto the ground. Whatever the case is, right? There's some cool stuff. But on a normal format, tournament, competitive format, it's going to be hard to get her in and useful right now, okay? My ranking will change as time goes on because units will naturally get better or worse depending on how new units are designed and released. So, when all is said and done, where do I drop her in the ranking? Kilkorax is a solid hero for a stat block and can do some solid stuff with witchcraft telekinesis. So for 95 points, you could throw her in at the end of an army just to mess with stuff at the end of the game or mess with stuff in the mid game. Because of that, I'm going to drop her at a B+, with a asterisk maybe at B. Here's why, is that if you miss that D20, her value just plummets, right? Especially if you're trying to target a hero, it's going to be hard to pull off on a 17. So really you're going to be using her more for moving squad figures around, and that's just going to be harder to get better value from her. Now, if you hit the 17 on a Raylan or whatever, yeah, she earns her value immediately. But that's just going to be hard to do consistently. So when I look at overall where she sits, I'm gonna allow myself to say a B+ because I think her threat can be very good, and moving figures is always strong. And so even if you choose not to target heroes and you just go for squads, that in and of itself can still be quite good, especially because it notes here that it doesn't say common squad figure or unique squad figure, it just says squad figure, so you can blip around, you know, squad figures, whatever they are, and that can be good. You know, think Krav, for example. Imagine, you know, Krav running out trying to assassinate stuff, and then you run out and then blip one or two of them adjacent to her, and now Krav are screwed, right? So still, really good opportunities to do some cool things. Overall, I think she's probably going to sit closer to a B, where she's just solid and average, but I think I'm going to drop her to B+, because in my opinion, I still think in the right hands, she can do some gnarly things and have some gnarly games. Excited to see where future designs allow her to go, because I think she's just going to be even cooler as more synergies exist and are released. So anyway, that is my ranking for Kilkorax. Have some fun with her. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time.